Hello my students, how are you today? I'm your English teacher Razan Al-Aqra'. Today inshallah we will continue with our unit number 8, lesson number 4, language and use, in your pupils book, page 100. And our outcome for today: students should be able to use modal verbs to talk about possible future events. Now open your pupils book, page 100. As you can see here, we have lesson number 4, language and use. And first of all, we can see the new vocabularies, so let's read them and understand their meanings. So the first word is escape. Escape is a verb which means يهرب. Escape, to get away from a place where you are in danger or to get free. The next one, hurt. Hurt, it is a verb which means يؤذي, to cause someone pain. And the next word, rescue. Rescue, also it is a verb which means ينقذ. ينقذ, to save someone from danger. And the next word, rope. Rope, it is a noun which means حبل. Rope, حبل, a type of very thick string that you can use to tie or pull things. And the last word, tied up. Tied up, it is an adjective which means مقيد أو مربوط, having a rope around you so you can't move. Tied up. Now let's listen to this conversation between two boys, and after that we are going to read it together, so listen carefully.
I can't wait for the last episode of In the Shadows. Tyler is in the woods and Rex is coming to get him. He might hurt him. He may escape first. I don't think so. He's tied up. He might find something to cut the rope, but he can't move. Well, he may not escape, but Maribel could come and rescue him. But she doesn't know where he is. No one knows where he is. Well, she may call the police, but they might not think it's an emergency. Well, you'll have to wait and see. I'm so excited.
So now let's read it together. I can't wait for the last episode of In the Shadow. Taylor is in the woods, and Rex is coming to get him. He might hurt him. He may escape first. I don't think so. He is tied up. So these two boys are talking about a series, مسلسل, In the Shadows, and they are guessing what will happen in the last episode. So the first one said Taylor is in the woods and Rex is coming to get him. He might hurt him. إذن Taylor في الغابة وريكس آتي لينقذه. He might hurt him. من المحتمل أن يؤذيه. He may escape first. من المحتمل أن يهرب أولا. I don't think so. لا أعتقد. He is tied up. إنه مربوط. He might find something to cut the rope. من الممكن أو المحتمل أنه يجد شيء لقطع الحبل. But he can't move. ولكنه لا يستطيع التحرك. Well, he may not escape, but Marple could come and rescue him. حسنا، من غير المحتمل أنه يهرب، ولكن من الممكن أن تأتي ماربل وتساعده أو تنقذه. But she doesn't know where he is. No one knows where he is. ولكنها لا تعلم أين هو، ولا أحد يعلم أين هو. Well, she may call the police, but they might not think it is an emergency. Well, we will have to wait and see. I am so excited. إذن علينا أن ننتظر ونرى. So as you can see in this conversation, we have some bold words like might, may, and may not, and could, here we have might not. We call these verbs or words model verbs, and we use them for future possibilities. So as we read in the previous conversation, we use the model verbs to talk about future possibilities. For example, here we have these three words or three model verbs: may or may not, might or might not, and could. We use these three model verbs to talk about the future possibility. لنتكلم عن احتماليات في المستقبل. So, in the affirmative في الجمل المثبتة, use may, might or could to talk about a possible future situation. إذن في الجمل المثبتة نستخدم may or might or could لنتكلم عن مواقف من المحتمل حدوثها في المستقبل. But in the negative sentence, only use may not and might not. إذن في الجمل المنفية فقط نستخدم may not and might not. Now let's see these examples. Number 1. He might hurt him. من المحتمل أن يؤذيه. So we use might to talk about a future possibility. استخدمنا might للتكلم عن احتمالية حدوث شيء في المستقبل. Number 2. Marple could come and rescue him. Here also we use could to talk about a future possibility, and these two sentences are affirmative sentences. هي جمل مثبتة. Let's see number 3. It is a negative sentence. They might not think it is an emergency. من غير المحتمل أن يعتقدوا بأنها حالة طارئة. Now notice that we use the modal verbs, and after the modal verbs we use the verb infinitive. It should be infinitive مجرد. May or may not, might or might not, and could. All of them, the verb after them must be infinitive verb. يجب أن يكون فعل مجرد. As you can see here, might, and after that it is infinitive hurt. Could come. Might not think. Now let's move to activity number 2 and let's try to answer it. Look and write sentences in your notebook with may or may not, might or might not, or could. Add 2 ideas of your own. So as you can see here, we have some words. We need to order these words and write a sentence using the modal verbs. For example, number 1, here we have a ship, rescue her. So we wrote a sentence, a ship might rescue her. We used the verb might. Now I will give you 2 minutes to try to write the rest of the sentences. Good job, girls. Now let's check the answers together. Number 2, we have a negative sentence. It not see her. So in the negative sentence we use may not or might not. Excellent, girls. So here we have the answer. It may or might not see her. Number 3, someone called the emergency services. Here we have an affirmative sentence. لدينا جملة مثبتة. So the answer is, good job, someone may or might or could call the emergency services. هنا يمكننا استخدام may أو might أو could because it is an affirmative sentence. إذن في الجملة المثبتة نستطيع استخدام أي واحدة من هذه الأفعال may, might or could. Number 4, they not know she's lost. Here we have a negative sentence. Excellent, girls. They may or might not know she's lost. إذن في الجملة المثبتة في الجملة المنفية فقط نستخدم يمكننا استخدام may not or might not. Number 5, the waves not carry her to the beach. Excellent, girls. The waves may or might not carry her to the beach. And the last one, the wind carry her further away. So here we have an affirmative sentence. So the answer is, excellent girls, the wind may, might, or could carry her further away. Good job, girls. Now let's see the last activity. Activity number 3. Make a new dialogue. Use the ideas in activity number 2. So here we have to write a new dialogue. نكتب حوار جديد. ممكن أن نستخدم الأفكار الموجودة في activity number 2. التمرين رقم 2. So let's see the first example. I can't wait for the new series of In the Shadows. Marble is lost at the sea in a tiny boat. What do you think will happen? A ship might rescue her. Now it is your turn to complete the dialogue using the ideas in activity number 2 as a homework. Thank you, my lovely students, for your listening, and see you later. Goodbye.